Well, let's see if we can get into a point where we can get ourselves thinking more resourcefully in this place that we call reality, so we can dream up a new reality and make that reality real. So when you think about all these things that are holding you back, and and what it's doing to you, and the feeling that you get from all that negativity, is there a place in your body? Point to where you feel it. There's a place in your body where that feeling begins. If you point to where you feel it, and I want you to notice that there's a colour associated with that feeling. And as you think about what that colour is, first impression, think of another colour that will completely turn it around. And when you've got that colour that can completely zap, if your autonomic nervous system could send you a colour, an energy, a vibration that could completely turn that old voice, that old way of thinking around, and make space for something better, more resourceful, more empowering. What colour would that be, first impression? And when you know you've got it, imagine a big ball of that energy floating above your head. Notice how the feelings in your body begins to shift as that big ball of energy begins to grow, begins to expand, begins to fill the entire room, from floor to ceiling, from wall to wall, and all parts in between. Notice how it wraps itself around you like an amazing blanket of confidence, of charisma, of acceptance, of safety, like a cocoon, like a shield of armour, insulating you, immunizing you, boosting you, inoculating you from any negative voices, real or imagined, whilst at the same time flooding your mind, flooding your body, flooding your spirit with everything you most want, everything you most need, in an infinite, ever-expanding and unlimited supply. And when you know you've got it, breathe in that magical colour. Let it fill up your entire being, like water fills a bottle, like fluid fills a test tube, like hot air or helium fills a balloon. Anchor it in so fully, so completely, that no force in the universe could turn that good feeling off or take it away. And when you know you've got it, test it. Try to turn that good feeling off. Notice how with each and every beat of your heart, with each and every breath you take, that big ball of energy flows all throughout your body, all throughout your mind, reverberating, resonating through every cell, every tissue, every organ, every fibre and every part of your mind, body and spirit, perfectly aligned, working together, harmonized, energetically synergized for your highest state of being. And when you know you've got it, take an extra blast of that magical colour and flow it through the place where that old voice used to be. And notice what happens. That's right. And as that colour continues to flow through, all throughout your mind and all throughout your body. I'm betting there was a time in your life when you were very small, maybe even before you could consciously remember, when you were with a certain someone, and whoever this person was, they represented what was nurturing, what was nourishing, and could tell you something that was really true. And as you remember that voice, and notice where it comes from, and as you listen to this voice, turn the volume all the way up. This voice that guides you, inspires you in all the right ways, telling you all the very wonderful, very true things about what it's like to be you. Listen to your inner voice. This voice that guides you, inspires you, reminding you that you're always good enough. You're always loved, you're always accepted, always protected. Reminding you that there are always 3 ways to solve any particular situation, circumstance, or problem. Guiding you, inspiring you, protecting you from harm. And that from now on, for so long as your lungs continue to breathe and your heart continues to beat, this voice will go with you, guiding, inspiring, protecting you from harm, reassuring you of all the wonderful things there are to be, to know about what it's like to be you. All the positive things, all the wonderful things. This voice that rings 10 times louder than any other voice, that drowns out every other voice. I have a voice like that, and you have this voice too. And if you listen, really listen, you can hear this voice talking from you now, right from the center of who you are. This is your voice of encouragement, support, inner wisdom, outer action, absolute love of trust and authority, reminding you that you're always good enough, you're always accepted, always protected. A voice that loves you in the right ways, for the right reasons. So long as your heart continues to beat and your lungs continue to breathe, this voice will go with you. And in a moment, we can count up from 1 to 3, and you'll emerge from this process. You'll see things more clearly, colours will appear brighter, and you'll feel wonderfully nurtured and alive. So whenever you're ready, just 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. And notice how good you feel. How do you feel, Sharon?
I feel like the fog's been lifted, kind of.
The fog's been lifted.
Yeah.
How about that?
But like a bit more clarity, and think about that color. It's kind of, didn't makes everything else insignificant and makes me feel like no, I can do it. It's overcoming the colour itself.
That colour.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of energetics involved in that. Colours, because every emotion that we feel resolves to a frequency in our body. It starts with a thought or words that send us into a situation, but the feeling that we get is actually a frequency or a vibration in there, and colours are the most obvious example of a frequency that's involved.
What if you saw two colours like me?
That's perfectly okay.
Yeah. I have a mix of two colours.
That's awesome. There's nothing to say. Whatever the colour was for you. If I'd have pulled someone up for an individual intervention, I would have asked them to say the colour. But the reason I didn't ask you to say what that colour was because everybody in the room would have had their own colours.
Yeah.
With that. So what about you, Sean? What was your?
It's very interesting. I noticed when I opened my eyes, of course, suddenly I kind of saw the room fresh. The first thing I kind of looked at there, I noticed I'd never even really looked at the ceiling before. I looked over and I was just noticing different things in the room that obviously before I wasn't really aware of.
Okay.
Which was, I guess there was a fresh perspective in there. There was a lot going on in my head as you were saying that as well, so that was kind of interesting. And I got that two colour thing as well. That was
Yeah.
Yeah. They were merging.
Mm.
And they would, one colour was more prominent at times when you were talking than the other. But I don't know I couldn't decide which colour, so both colours were.
And how do you feel?
I feel enthused.
Enthused.
I'm not over the top enthused, but I feel different.
You feel different.
I feel different, and I feel more positive.
More positive. Okay.
But I couldn't feel a lot more negative, but I feel more positive.
So you feel more positive.
Yeah.
Excellent. And that's what's different. Is
That's
there
what's
anything
different.
else that's different?
No.
Okay.
I can't say that things are, I've got any more clarity on my situation as
Yeah.
yet.
But you feel
I feel I'm looking forward to golf tomorrow now.
you're looking forward to golf.
Rather than thinking 6:15 I've got to get up and go to golf.
But
Yeah.
how about that then?
Yeah.
So you can find yourself getting excited.
I'm getting back to how I used to be, or it feels as though. Now, whether
Yeah.
this is a temporary thing or whether it'll last is
Well,
another thing.
this is just a little taste
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
of what can be achieved
Yeah.
tonight through the use of NLP techniques. It will. I think it would be fair to say that it's going to take a little while to get you back to a point where
But
you
it's
become
exciting.
like it
It's
naturally. Exciting.
It's exciting.
Yeah. And that's a great thing. And Maha, how do you feel?
Oh, that was amazing. I really love it.
You like that?
Yeah, because the voice in my head just turned to be positive more than negative one.
Yeah.
I always judge myself like that.
How about that?
Yeah, but now it's in peace. I love you, and this stuff that you said, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But it's about what you said about self-worth and loving yourself and
Yeah.
this type of thing.
It is absolutely about. And guys, you've done ever so well. Give yourselves a big round of applause.